everyone. Welcome to Australian Book Travels, where we travel Australia looking for all things books. Bookshops, street free libraries, public libraries, we talk books, and historic pet-friendly accommodation. So, as you can tell, I am in a, well, you may not be able to tell, but I am in a bed and breakfast at the moment. We are in Chiltern. Now, earlier this year, we did video Chiltern for you. I will put that a link to that video in the description box below. We also stayed in a beautiful historic bed and breakfast called Wark or Wark Cottage. I will also put the link to that in the description box below. They're all pet-friendly accommodation that we go to because, of course, we take the dogs with us everywhere. So, yes, we're back in Chiltern. We came here because we were invited to attend an amateur play that was put on locally here in Chiltern, which we thoroughly enjoyed, and I can discuss that another time. But today, I'm actually wanting to take you around this little bed and breakfast and to a few locations around the town that we didn't get to last time. And also perhaps we are heading off home today. So perhaps I'll give you a few little, perhaps areas, not so much towns, but areas in Australia between here and Bendigo on our way home. So I'm going to go behind the camera now and I will show you this little cottage and give you a little bit of history on it. And then we'll move on. We shall leave. Now, we have been here, I must let you know, we have been here for 4 nights and 5 days. So the cottage is not how it was presented to us originally, of course, because we've stayed here and it's now lived in. I do have some footage from when we first arrived here. The reason why I didn't take a full video on that day was because we had been filming and travelling for 12 hours. And by the time we arrived here, it was we were just exhausted, and the dogs and the cat were exhausted as well. So we thought, I'll just film it as it was as we moved in, but I actually want to do a little walk around with you now before we leave. So I'll go behind the camera and I'll show you the cottage and give you a little bit of history. Okay, off we go. Okay, so this is the front view of the Linesman's cottage, which is located in Chiltern. You can see there. Now, the history of this is it was actually a workroom and office for the linesman of what was known as PMG in Victoria. And the hosts, Matt and Emma, have renovated it into a beautiful pet-friendly B&B. Now, don't forget, this has been stayed in by us over the last 4 nights, 5 days. So the bed isn't made, but I have footage to show you how it was presented to us when we first moved in. So you have some lovely chairs there, a lovely little eating area here, and just a couple of chairs, comfy chairs to sit in with a lovely queen-size bed, and the television with facilities to hang up your clothes and new towels and things like that, and a little history here of the cottage, some information on the area, and also just a few little rules and regulations. Emma and Matt supply coffee and tea, and we did have some milk in the fridge for us, which was lovely. Although we didn't really use the oven, we have used the stovetop, and just for tea and coffee to boil water and all that sort of thing. So that's a really good idea. You can then make dinner or breakfast or lunch as you see fit. And then, of course, there is the microwave. You also, I don't know if you can see there, but you have the air conditioning and the heating. And then be mindful that we have just used the shower, so the towels are left on the floor for the cleaners, but that is just a sufficient and very, very clean bathroom. So you can see the lovely little windows there and all the facilities. Now, Matt and Emma own and are the hosts of Wark or Wark Cottage. As I said earlier, I will put the details of Wark Cottage in the description box below so that you can also view that on the channel. But Matt and Emma are wonderful hosts. It was immaculate when we came in. Now, what we do, something I do want to tell you is, in this area just here, we put down old bed sheets and old towels. Then we put the dog beds on top and the crates and that for the cat, just so that we do not damage the floor or make it any dirtier than what we need be. We just then pick up the towels and the sheets and we shake them outside, pop the sheets back in the car, and I have just given this a little bit of a sweep, and we disinfect various areas just in case. We don't want to when we come to places like this, we always bring our own cleaning facilities, and we always make sure that the dogs and the cat have been bathed and their claws clipped, just so that, you know, yes, you pay to stay here, but that doesn't mean you pay to damage it. And that's really one of the last things we want to do. We do not want to damage it. We do not want to ruin it for other people, whether they have pets or not, and also whether we have pets or not. If we don't bring the dogs, we like to leave the facility as clean or cleaner than when we found it. I think that's only fair. It keeps our reputation intact as individuals, not just for the channel, but as individuals. But it's nicer for the hosts, it's respectful, and also for anybody else who wants to stay here. So we just make sure that we do a basic tidy up as we would at home. We really do treat any facility, any accommodation that we stay in, we treat it as we do at home. So we keep everything clean and tidy. And of course, you know, when you've stayed here and you've slept in the bed and you've used the shower, of course, I mean, that we don't make the bed because it has to be stripped anyway. So we just leave that. But this, that's what I was going to say. Matt and Emma were really concerned that this was not perhaps big enough for the two of us and the two dogs and the cat. But I can say this was ample, absolutely ample. The dogs have been able to play outside. Of course, we take them with us wherever we film or wherever we travel anyway. So during the day, they were out with us, as was Flynn, our cat. But in the evening, they just slept on their beds down on the floor here, and it was ample, absolutely plenty of room. And it's quiet here, and we found it quite private. So it's been a glorious stay. We really have enjoyed it. Now I'll take you outside. This cottage is located behind the post office in Chiltern that Matt and Emma also own or manage. But look, this is ample room for the dogs to stay. And there is a drive behind us. I don't want to show it to you because our car's there, but there is a drive that you can park the car. But look, it's really, and a lovely seating area here. We had a wine outside here the other night with some crisps and just had a really nice time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So we recommend the Linesman's Cottage. Absolutely. And I don't know if I told you, but this was 1940s or 1950s and was a work and office facility for the linesman of the PMG in Victoria. So we recommend the stay, and I will, in the description box below, I will give you some of the details. I'll give you a link to Matt and Emma's, I think, to the Airbnb, if I can, and also the approximate cost. I can't remember the cost because it was some time ago that we arranged all of this, but yeah, I can do that in the description box or in the subtitles below. So it's lovely. It's been a really pleasant stay. We've thoroughly enjoyed it, and we recommend it for anybody in Victoria. If you are travelling in the northeast of Victoria, this is definitely a great place to stay. And then each day, it's close to everything. It's close to New South Wales and other really historic towns in the area. So we recommend a stay here. So either at Wark or Wark Cottage or here at the Linesman's Cottage, both hosted and owned by Emma and Matt. Absolutely recommend it. They're great hosts. The places are always in immaculate condition and beautiful and clean. And they smell lovely too. Okay, we will now take you around Chiltern, just a little bit where we haven't been before, and show you around Victoria between Chiltern and Bendigo on our way home. Whilst staying in Chiltern, we attended an amateur play at the iconic, historic Star Theatre. The musical comedy was written and performed by Chiltern locals, members of the Chiltern Lions Amateur Players, or CLAP for short. The production, titled Phantoms and Fries, is a story based on the renovation works of the town's Athenaeum and its ghostly inhabitants concerned about its future. This entertaining and humorous production showcased local talented actors and singers. The accompanying live band is also to be commended and had us tapping our toes and swaying to the music. Well done, Clap. We enjoyed our night out at the theatre. Thank you. And thank you for inviting us. we left Chiltern on our journey home, we took the dogs for a walk and then stopped off at Posh Plonk, a lovely cafe located on Main Street. This dog-friendly cafe serves breakfast, morning tea and lunch. There is an indoor and outdoor seating area with games of croquet and horseshoes. We had the dogs with us, so we chose to have our morning tea outside. The service here was impeccable. The scone we shared was delicious, with the coffee being second to none, and the surrounds were peaceful. And as you can see, the weather was glorious. We also decided to have a game of horseshoes, of which neither of us were good at. If you find yourself in Chiltern, we definitely recommend a scrumptious meal or a delicious snack at Posh Plonk. On our arrival to Posh Plonk, we spoke to the owner and he informed us that as of October 2024, he is looking for a dinner chef. So, if you are a chef or you know a chef looking for work, it may be worth giving Posh Plonk a call. Chiltern Cemetery was established in 1880 and is managed by a trust of 8 local community members. The cemetery has various religious sections consisting of the Church of England, Catholic, Jewish, Chinese, Wesleyan and Presbyterian. In light of recent snake encounters at Australian Book Travel's headquarters, we thought you would appreciate this warning. Located a little further from town is Chiltern's Old Cemetery, established in 1860, consisting of 10 acres with over 1,000 burials having taken place here. It drew many complaints from residents of Chiltern, considering the cemetery was too far from town, too swampy and unfit for burials, and the graves were being haphazardly arranged. Furthermore, the trust had not organised a perimeter fence, and so animals were able to wander the graves. And so, in 1880, the cemetery closed, when the new cemetery, previously shown, was opened. Chiltern Race Club was opened in 1870, and although used by various other sports and entertainment groups, It is predominantly an equine facility. In the following footage is Black Dog Creek, which runs through the Mount Pilot, Deep Creek, El Dorado Run area, flowing west under the Hume Highway towards the Murray River. Legend has it that Joseph Horden, leading a group of the first Europeans in the area, overlanding cattle to Port Phillip in 1836, saw and shot a rare black dingo. Black Dog Creek was named in its honour. Well, that concludes our travels for this week. Unfortunately, we have not seen a bookshop or a street-free library, but we remain hopeful in the knowledge that there is always next week. Until then, thank you for watching, and if you have not already, please do like, share and subscribe, and we appreciate your comments too. Happy reading, everyone. Safe travels. Bye for now.